It's snowing. It's a very exciting day in the Savage household. Because what we have to get, Chris? The Christmas tree! This is cosy, isn't it, Chris?
It's cozy.
Very cosy with the tree.
There were three of us in this marriage.
Chris and I have come to see House of Gucci. It's very busy, as you can see. Morning everyone, it is Tuesday let me look at my clock, 30th of November, and a very quick update because I didn't do an update yesterday, I don't think. I'm in Guildford. I was doing an event with Fee and Jane last night in a fabulous theatre that you'll have seen. At the same time, my mother was doing an event with Elizabeth Day back in the Wirral, where I live. Yeah, it was her first event and it went really, really, really well, and I will insert some footage in here.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Is it on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very very mellow. It's lovely. Well, I mean, I feel very privileged to be interviewing Elizabeth tonight. But I wanted to know, Elizabeth, first of all, as an interviewer yourself, because obviously you're renowned for your How to Fail podcast, what's it like to be on the receiving end? How do you feel being interviewed?
Well, when it's the legend that is Louise Savage, it feels extremely special.
That was yesterday. I was mainly travelling. I was on trains from about 11 till about 4. And today I'm going to be on trains from 11 until about 4 because I'm now off to Bristol for work. So I'll have a catch up with you when I get there because I'm running late. It's work day. I've had Zoom meetings and stuff. And I need to get to the station and check out the hotel. The hotel, by the way, is called Mandalay. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier is my favourite book. Mandalay is not spelt like that. Hi everyone, it's later on and I am now, no, not in New York with the skyscrapers behind me because I'm on the 10th floor. I love being high up in a hotel. I'm actually in Bristol and since I've got here, I've been working, but I am now going to head to Gloucester Road Books, which is a bookshop, I can't speak, which is a bookshop that I've wanted to go to for ages. It opened up, I think, during the pandemic, and I always want to support those bookshops. And I've got a light growing out of my head. Anyway, yeah, I'm also went to head there because when me and Mum went to Bath, we went to Coconut Tree, which is a sort of indie chain of Sri Lankan restaurants, and I've thought about the cheese dish that I had there ever since. I'm going to go and treat myself to that and then come back to the hotel and do some more work and hopefully some reading, and I will catch up with you about books then after I've been to the bookshop. Hi everyone, so it is later on Wednesday and no, I am not in Bristol, I am back home because the library that we were meant to be going to see tomorrow cancelled at the last minute and needed to be rescheduled. So yeah, it's going to be like that, I think, with some things, isn't it, while the Panda Pop still goes on. But it does mean I've got home, and I wasn't expecting this, to my advent calendar on the 1st of December, so I can open that shortly. Should I open it now? Can I see the number 1? No, I can't, so I won't. But Chris thinks I came home early just to see him. No, it was all about that Lint Teddy advent calendar, which I have to say, for clarity, it's not an adult spawn or anything. It's something that I had to buy myself because Chris never buys me an advent calendar unless I begged for that one. Begged for a chocolate teddy. Didn't happen. So there we go. It's too dark really to film too much more, and also I'm shattered because very last minute I decided I could have stayed over tonight and come back tomorrow, but I was like, I just want to be at home really. I've been a bit homesick the last week or so when I've been away, which I need to look at how I deal with. I think it might be like trying to see people I know or family, or just, I don't know, we'll have to work it out. Anyway, but I have finished The Retreat by Alison Moore, so I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. And I've read more of Male Tears. Oh, look at the reflection on the book there. Yeah, I finished more of Male Tears. I'm thinking of buying myself a camera, finally. I think it might happen, possibly, this Christmas, to me, from me. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, I'm home, so that's my update.
Morning, Millie.
Morning everyone. So it's a lovely bonus that I've woken up at home today. Millie's been very excited. I don't get a day off just because the library couldn't do today. It'll be an admin-y day. But I thought before I get up and do some admin, I would chat to you about books. At the end of the last reading vlog, I'd bought The Retreat by Alison Moore, who's an author I love that everyone should read. Really underrated author. She's incredible. So is this. I've read all of this. I devoured it on the train to Guildford and then Guildford to Bristol, and then some of the train yesterday. Well, the train yesterday, let's not even speak of it. Some of the train journeys at the moment are so crammed, it's horrific. Anyway, it's all about a woman called Sandra, who since she was very young has always wanted to go onto this island, which is owned by a Hollywood star. And it kind of has always just been, it's one of those places, you know, when you're a kid and you see it and you're just fascinated by it. And so we follow her as when she's older, there is a creative retreat announced there with some other people in the house of this former Hollywood star. We also meet Carol, who's looking to get away and write her novel, and so she's going to an abandoned house on the same island, funnily enough, which her friend has let her have until he can sell it, basically. And so we follow them. Now, I don't want to give too much away because one of the things that I love is that this book takes a really unexpected turn. Actually, that's something that Alison Moore does really well, and He Wants. I did not see the twist coming in that, and I thought it was amazing. Same with actually The Lighthouse, Death in the Seaside, same again. I've got Missing still to read and all of her short stories, which is cool because I would be, after this, like, I'm like, oh, more, Alison Moore. See what I did there? Anyway, what I love is the way that her books twist and turn in ways you wouldn't expect. It's very like Karis Davis, actually. It's something that I like about her stuff. It's not twists and turns, it's surprises, it's the unexpected, and I really, really love that. Also, it's very like Karis Davis again, actually. It's this sort of sense of impending doom and the atmosphere that just builds and builds as you're reading. It's just, honestly, this is brilliant. Can't recommend it enough. Could well be on my books of the year if I'm honest, which I always am, by the way. Anyway, so the other book that I'm dipping in and out of is Male Tears by Benjamin Myers. Benjamin Myers is one of my favourite authors. This is his short story collection that's come out from Bloomsbury, and the first story made me feel physically sick. It has a scene with an accident with a combine harvester and also an injured badger. That's all I'll say. The second one I thought was beautiful, about someone who, about a former, I don't want to give too much away because they're short stories. Why have I picked such short books and stories that have got such brilliant kind of turn of events in them? But it's about a journalist who goes and interviews an a former rock star, I say former rock star, like a retired pop star, to hear her story as there's a new album out, and the last one ever, and it's what happens from there. And yeah, so their book's very much about men and masculinity. Their story's very much about men and masculinity, but they're not done in a really misogynistic, masculine way, if you know what I mean, which I wouldn't expect from Benjamin Myers, because I think he's brilliant. And if you've read his utterly amazing, The Offing, I could see the cover, I couldn't remember the title for a second there, you'll know that he just writes women brilliantly, and I think he's very in tune with all types and all spectrums of emotion and gender and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, really enjoying this, don't want to rush it. So that is where we are. I need to get ready for work, although I think I might just wear this, no one will know. And also what I really want to do is I've come home early, I think I'm going to start today the great shelf sort of 2021 and get all of my shelves ready for next year. I mean, imagine. Yeah, so I think that's what I might do on my lunch break. I'll report back later or something. Morning everyone, I'm sitting here so that you can't see the absolute mess that's going on around me. I've got a few Zooms and stuff because I'm working today. It wasn't meant to be, but I've just got so much work to do. I'm having to pull an extra day this week for some novel stuff. But yeah, so in the Zooms, I'm going to see the mess that is the great shelf sort of 2021. Do you think I can mention that enough in videos over the next weeks? Anyway, I haven't read any more of Male Tears, but I have this morning read A Blood Condition by Ko Chingonyi. I really loved his debut collection, Kumakanda. I think it was called Kumakanda, which was all about like different cultures merging, both in the UK and then the culture from Zambia where he was born. And this is kind of in the same vein. There's a lot about his mother in here and her death. There's also a lot about the AIDS pandemic in Africa, and there's a series of poems that are beautiful where the last line of the poem is the first line of the next one. It shows how things are transmitted, and that I thought was done really powerfully and beautifully and also very emotionally, so that was great. And then yeah, there's one that really chimed with me about how sometimes you end up buying like on eBay and stuff or in charity shops things that your parents or grandparents owned for the nostalgia. And that's something that I've been doing a lot recently. There's also some lovely Newcastle dialect in here, so yeah, I think it's really good. There's one poem about the north that I really enjoyed. So yeah, and this is on the Costa shortlist for poetry, so I feel like accidentally I'm beginning to kind of head to all the Costa books. I think they've got into my brain and now I'm taking them off the shelves. So there's a few of the poetry collections that I don't have that I'd like to get my hands on. Like I love Raymond Antrobus anyway, and I've been meaning to get that for ages, so maybe I'll pick that up. We'll see. Anyway, that's what I've done this morning. Got a few meetings this morning, then on lunch I'm going to do more sorting of this room and see how I get on. I'll report back later. We have 50-mile winds in Liverpool today, and I'm off to meet Pip, and we were meant to be going on like loads of rides and stuff at the Christmas market, but we don't think most of them will be going. We're also going though for, excuse that car, a lovely lunch in a new restaurant in Liverpool, and then we'll go and do some shopping, and then go and see a Christmas movie. and I together by the fire for Christmas. Pip, what do you think of Boxing Day?
It was okay.
Yeah, it was alright. I don't think it was very Christmassy.
No, it wasn't a Christmas film. It just so happened to be at Christmas.
But what you also can't tell in the Christmas thing is that we're both wearing green corduroy. That's what we're doing, both of us. And also the Christmas market's rubbish because it's raining and really windy. So we're now trying to work out what we can do for Christmas that's special. Suggestions in the comments below. See, she's still my friend. Just haven't seen each other for ages. We had a lovely day, a lovely time,
Lovely meal.
pair of nanas, delightful. Goodbye. Hi everyone, so I'm back from seeing Pip. I had such a lovely day with her. She was just the tonic I needed. I mean, obviously we talked about the tragedy of Little Mix, but we didn't linger on that too long, even though we saw Leanne Pinnock in Boxing Day, which was good. It just wasn't Christmassy. It wasn't quite what it said on the tin, which was how I felt about, what was the other one? Oh, House of Gucci. That wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Anyway, moving on. The new French restaurant in Liverpool, Bouchon, if you get a chance, go. It's amazing. I've talked about the chicken so much. Chris has asked if we can go tomorrow. So we might. I might go back and have exactly the same meal. Speaking of Chris, he's been super cute because I really wanted to get my mitts on this. And it is Eat or We Both Starve, Poems by Victoria Kennefic. And this is up for the Costas. And I've been intrigued, and I'm sort of unintentionally, or it's not been a plan to read their fiction, debut fiction and poetry shortlist, but that seems to be what I'm doing, and this is on the poetry shortlist. And I just love this cover. It's almost a little bit festive. I don't probably think that's the intention. Anyway, I couldn't find it any Waterstones near me, and like today in Liverpool. And I did look online, and it was like not available until December 22nd or 29th or something. So it was in Chester. So Chris, bless him, all the way from Waitrose in Chester, which isn't in Chester, it's like quite out of the city centre. He got on a Ginger, also known as a moped, and went all the way into town and got me this and came back with it. So that's lovely. That was a very, very nice thing. So I think that's probably what I'm going to read next. I'm reading very bitterly this week with the great shelf sort of 2021 and all that. But yeah, I think seeing Pip was genuinely just what I needed, and I think I've been really missing seeing friends and stuff. I mean, I've seen some while I've been with like Catherine and Melanie and stuff like that, but because I'm spending so much time with a group of new people, it's quite different, isn't it? You don't know these people, you're getting to know them and stuff, and it's kind of intense. But also spending quite a lot of time on my own when I'm not with them. So yeah, I just need to watch that, I think, a little bit. I'm normally quite good with being myself, but I think it's quite intense travel. Anyway, I'm not moaning. I'm very lucky to have the job that I have. You can sort of see how green this top is. It was so funny, me and Pip turning up both in green corduroy shirts. Imagine, completely unplanned. So yeah, that's my update. Might head to this in bed, or I might just go to bed and read this in the morning. We'll see. Hey up everyone, it's Sunday the 5th of December, and I'm going to wrap up the vlog here. I have realised that I have not. Oscar's desperate for some attention, and I'm going out in a bit. Me and Chris are going to go to the cinema to go and see Silent Night, which out of nowhere I decided I was desperate to watch, and also go back to the French restaurant that me and Pip went to yesterday. Yep, that's right, I'm eating in the same place twice. Anyway, I haven't finished Male Tears. I'm still dipping in and out of that, and will probably be for the next week, because I don't want to rush them, because I think they're brilliant. And the other book that I haven't talked about is how I got on with Eat or We Both Starve by Victoria Kennefic, poems that are on the Costa Book Awards poetry shortlist. I'm not going to tell you about that because I've decided I'm going to do a Costa Book Awards shortlist video in a couple of weeks, and also this will be in my wrap-up. I think I'm going to go back to doing, oh, there's a light. I think I'm going to go back to doing 2 wrap-ups a month maybe, because I'm starting to read more again. So there we go. Anyway, I'm going to sign off here. This has been an interesting week with lots of changes and all sorts of stuff, so I haven't vlogged as much as I normally would, but back to a routine-ish next week of travelling to Slough and Wolverhampton, and hopefully see my sister in Birmingham in between, and Blackpool. So there we go, that's all to come. I'll see you tomorrow with another Vlogmas video. Bye.